Well, hello there, Apple Bites. This is your Apple Bite, Rafael Tavares, talking to you straight from our show here, The Written Writ, a show where you and I and you take a journey together to become better writers. That's right. It is time for the late write, and we are here having fun at 11:30, and we are going to check out a bunch of Kickstarters today. Some of them are about to end, and you guys should look at these guys and support them. Right, Shadow?
What is up? Yeah. These all these Kickstarters, man. Can I say I'm trying to save money, and then I keep seeing more and more good books. It's like, well, let's get these dreams made.
Of course, man. And we finally got ourselves some Travel and Root Beer. Hello, hey, Travel.
Glad to be here.
I hear that you didn't kill off the party, so.
To my best efforts, they survived.
For anyone who doesn't know, this is Travel and Root Beer. He is not just the DM of our Dungeons & Dragons game, but he's a really good dude. And he has an assortment of knowledge about all things comic book, pulp culture, wrestling, anime, just all kinds of cool stuff, man. And yeah, so I've been trying to talk him into staying up all night. And here he is.
I don't know about all night, but I'm here.
Well, it's good to have you here finally, Travel and Root Beer, especially since you're usually in the comment section before you fall asleep.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Almost every time. Last week was the one exception, and that's when you wanted me on.
Oh, man.
What do you have for your beverage tonight, sir?
Oh, just water right now.
Aqua. I hear it's the best thing. It can also crash Coca-Cola stocks $4 billion if the right person promotes it.
I mean, unless I'm drinking Dasani, right?
No, you didn't see that. What's his name? Ronaldo today. I guess what the soccer game that he's in is promoted by Coca-Cola. So he's doing a press conference. They had Coca-Cola bottles in front of him, and he looked at it. He goes, knocked him off the table and just holds up a water bottle and goes, Aqua.
What?
And Coca-Cola stock fell $5 billion.
Wow.
Dude, I actually own quite a bit of Coca-Cola stock. I should have bought some more.
Yeah, buy it up quick when he's doing a Coke commercial tomorrow.
All right, I'm going to take a look and see how it's doing right now.
Now you got to
make sure I didn't just make that up off of hearsay.
I'm going to say, because I have some stock, so.
All right, so let's bring the other guys in here and let's start talking some Kickstarters. We have Rob with his Penguino having revenge, and we have Phil with his tragedy.
What's going on, guys?
What's up, everyone?
Hey,
howdy, guys.
You guys have been having a heck of a Kickstarter. I just told you guys where you were right before we started, but I'll tell you now. Tragedy is at 9,206 with 204 backers, and Penguino is at 11,570 with 130 backers. And you guys got 20 hours to go. How do you feel?
I just got a backer. I just got a backer, so.
Look at that. I tell you people, Writ does stuff for you.
Yeah, man. It's a new record that's 5 seconds in.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, she said. Sorry, never mind.
I guess we'll start off because, a certain voiceover actor is in it, and I really like this trailer. So we'll start off with the trailer to Tragedy. Let me put this
Look at him. He just wants to shine for a minute. Look at him. He's like, look at my Barry White impression for a moment.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just being so nice.
My Morgan Freeman narration.
I'm just being so nice and sharing, this thing. Has nothing to do with me. It's this other guy with this very White voice.
Yeah, he put on his voice. I was expecting porn music in the background. Womp womp wow.
All right, guys. So let's see. Here we go. Here is Tragedy. Trailer.
They took away all I held dear. They stole my life from me and made me their weapon.
All she wanted was to dance. To live a normal life.
They made me a killer.
Join Grace O'Connor in her journey to self-discovery as she battles her own inner demons as well as the mob. Her greatest battle will be against the enemy within. Will she finally find peace, or will they all rest in peace?
Hi, my name is Philip Russer, and I am the writer and creator of Tragedy. Tragedy is a gritty, action-packed character study of a young woman who feels trapped in a life she doesn't want. Readers will follow her journey of self-discovery while experiencing intense action scenes that last for pages. I'm proud of this book and the amazing talent attached to it. We have Will Spatasio, Ian Churchill, Larry Stroman, Sean Chen, Adelso Corona, Keith Williams, and more. Ricardo Silva and Signatori bring the pages to life. I feel strongly that if you back this campaign, you won't be disappointed. Thank you for taking a look at my book Tragedy, and I hope you enjoy the experience.
By the way, credit to Andy Lee for the trailer.
You did an amazing job with that.
Nice.
He did. That was my wife doing the voice of Grace O'Connor. She's a shy woman, and she did it in one take. I was grateful and proud of her. She did a great job. She was probably going from her pain of being married to me, so it made it easy for her to be like, oh my God, the life I don't want. She's probably pulling it out of somewhere.
God, Phil.
Oh my God, don't make me laugh.
God, it's been a long day, huh?
Oh, it hurts. Anyway. Yeah, you did a great job, Raphael. I appreciate it. Thank you.
No problem. I appreciate it.
See what you can get for a slice of pizza?
Oh, as long as I get some pizza and comics, I'm a happy man.
You can do worse than that.
Yeah, well, what's better in life than pizza and comics? That's what we grew up with.
With a little ice cream involved, I think it's
oh, that's even better.
Yeah.
Hey, what if I'm like the street sharks and I prefer hamburgers over pizza?
Well, there you go.
That's true.
They're kind of messy with the comics.
Well, pizza can be just as messy. You wash your hands, but a good burger's a good burger, man. You can't pass up a good burger.
All right, I got a question. How do you feel about the guys who eat the pizza with the fork and knife?
Ooh.
Who? I don't even know they exist. I don't pay attention.
Oh, they
to
exist. They exist.
Oh, I know they do, but they don't exist, if you know what I mean. It's like, how do you eat pizza with a fork and knife? Anyway.
I don't know. I'm not saying they're serial killers. I'm just saying it's something I'm concerned about.
Yeah.
And there's
God.
Pennyworth again. Hey.
I think people have been following you around, Phil.
Dude, I've been on all day doing the circuit before. Doing the circuit to end all circuits, right?
How long you got before the Kickstarter ends, Phil?
22 hours or something like that? 21? 20 hours to go.
Yeah.
You and Rob both out same time?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we came in together, we go out together, right? We got swinging.
There you go.
We have that cross promotion poster, that Rob drew and colored and everything. Just did a phenomenal job.
Hold on. I think I can bring it up.
Yeah, if you back the physical pledge on his, you get the tragedy side of it. And if you back the physical book on mine, you get the Penguino side. And they put them together and they make a really cool print. And you would think that they wouldn't look good side by side because the difference in the aesthetics and everything, but it actually works.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, it looks really good. The colors work well together with the black and the white and the red.
Yeah. Do you have it, Rob, to show the full or no?
Do I have it on this computer? I don't think I do.
Because I can show you this one, and then I can show you.
Okay, yeah, that's the side that you get with me, Penguino, with the dragon in the back.
I got that coming. That's if you back both of you, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you get both.
If you do both, you get both sides. All right, let me stop this screen. I'll share the other screen.
Except I hear Ralph gets to read all the chapters way ahead of time, so he's more than vouchers there.
Yeah, he hasn't been reading them fast though. I gave him a long time ago, and he's on 7 of like 16.
Oh my God, yeah, I'm still on 7.
Rob flew through like 12 of them.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I got stuck. I got stuck at 13, but I'm gonna get to it.
Rob actually inspired me a lot with how well he felt the book was written, and he made me feel good that I'm doing it right. Oh, there you go. There's the full.
Yeah, that's filthy.
Hang on, before you, can you put Rob's screen up?
Okay, hold on a second. There you go. I wasn't over here. Oh, that is beautiful. There we go.
Yeah, it looks great. I mean, Rob has done. There's a lot of art by Rob on my campaign. Thank you, Rob. He did a cover.
And his wife does the logo, right?
Well, Rob did too. Here's the thing. Rob originally did the logo font for me. He did that amazing style. And if you look at it, it actually is like a ballerina slipper if you look at the bottom of it. And then Maura went and made it 3D and put the ballerina behind it. So the two of them were just like a kick-ass team. They were like, Batman and Wonder Woman or whatever you want to. And they just did a fantastic job. And then he did a chibi mini print for me. Or a chibi, or I don't know how you pronounce it. See, there's a chibi and there's the logo. And then Rob did the first cover that was put out there, and it's been received well. I think he did 6 or 7 pledges on it.
That's the one I bought myself because I thought it was such a beautiful, simple
right here.
Yeah.
Listen, it was the best cover to introduce first because it reminded me of like a movie trailer, a teaser poster.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's not giving away too much, but it gives away the whole story. That's great.
A lot of great symbolism, composition is there, and the lines are nice, and yeah, it's just fantastic. Unfortunately, it's digital. I don't get an original copy, but it's okay.
Well, I actually have the sketch that I did. I have to send you the original sketch.
That's right. You did do a sketch.
Ooh, there you go.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Just for you. I don't normally do that. I did it just for you, Phil.
Well, you're actually doing it for Melanie because it's her favorite cover. She loves it.
Oh.
As soon as I saw that cover, I was like, "That's the one I'm getting." Rob. I really, like I said, it's very simple, but at the same time, it's complex because you can see the dragon in the background. You see the blood on the ballet shoes. It tells the full story without trying too hard.
It's definitely one of the top 5 pledged on covers out of 24.
Yeah, dude.
Or 19.
I've never seen a Kickstarter like that where I'm looking through. I'm looking for the R cover.
Dude, I'm just telling you now, people kept coming at me and kept giving me this great art and going, I want to be a part of this project. And as you see behind me, an art collector, and I'm like, oh my God, this is awesome. I mean, look at the last one, that Chance Wolf, that inked Todd McFarlane on Spawn. Look what he gave me.
Yeah, man.
It is incredible. Did you see it? It's like a 90s cover. It's just insane.
Yeah,
we were talking about it last week that you're still getting covers. We were like, how is he still getting covers?
Listen, I get so much fan art, and I feel bad turning people away because I'm so grateful. Hey, Angel, what's going on?
What's up?
I'm getting people, just strangers I don't know, send me a picture. They go, I hope you don't mind, I drew tragedy. And I'm like, holy cow. Yeah, so...
Yeah, man. I mean, at worst case, you've got covers for the next, 20 issues, right?
And Phil actually said that a couple times. He's like, "I'm gonna do this for like the next issue or this cover for that issue." I'm like, "Whoa!"
I have a lot. I have a lot of art. Sorry, go ahead.
So you're going to release all of the different variant covers, or you specifically?
I'm going to actually probably do a book and put all the covers in a book together, and just do a small Kickstarter, just doing the book of art.
That's actually a good idea.
Yeah,
I think that'd be great.
I think a lot of people would like that.
I probably won't do it until after issue 2 or so, so I can get a nice full, even though I've got enough for a 24-page book right now.
I was going to say, you already got enough for a 24-page book.
Yeah, but you know what? I'd like to make it a nice 30-page or whatever, and I want to really be able to showcase guys like Rob and Chris Madd and guys that, as much of a following as they have and as talented as they are, they're not that household name yet. I want to get it out there and really promote them, and then what I'll do is I'll do a whole new cover for that sketchbook, and then what I'll do is I'll put a page on the back maybe as a blank page to get an actual sketch art from somebody.
Oh, that's a pretty good idea.
Yeah.
Can you have somebody have a tier where they can be getting murdered by tragedy or something?
It's funny because Scott Hanna, he's a famous inker in the industry. His wife Pam, she's a wonderful person. She does custom cosplay costumes, but like real, like with leather or even pleather or whatever you can afford. I mean, these are like thousands of dollars. And she's I try to be, man. I mean, I can't draw. I know what it is to want to be an artist for your life and not have to work your crappy day job. And if I can in any way give an artist work, I will do it. But anyway, so I'm trying to convince my wife to get into the costume and and cosplay, and I almost have her. She might. And if you've seen my wife, she's a very beautiful woman, so it'll go well. If she does, I can have her kill you at a convention if you'd like.
There you go. I'm like, all right, let's do this.
Yeah.
Well, that's definitely going to help convince me to get back into the con scene. Thank you.
We'll do it at your table.
Right at your table.
We'll have to get you to do a miniature of Tragedy and Breath. No offense, but Breath of the Dragon isn't getting any love, and I think his design is pretty damn cool.
It is.
I'm surprised he's not getting any love because he's such a badass looking character. You figure people will be like all over him.
I'm waiting for the book to come out so I can find out about all these guys.
Yeah, I think once they read it, because you and Rob have gotten to read a lot of issues,
true.
so you know about the character.
Yeah,
I didn't think about that. Yeah.
Now you got to admit, when you read issue 2 and you find out certain things about him, have you ever seen anybody use anything like that, like do that before? As far as, how he comes in close to fight you and he's always on top of you and there's a reason for that? Has anybody ever used that before? No, right? I've not seen it anywhere.
Anything like that, no.
So I'm proud of that. Nobody has seen that or used that anywhere. So I'm proud of that. And what about the ending of the book? I think people are going to be like, whoa. The ending of this first issue really leaves you on a cliffhanger.
I have to say, and I don't want to give it away, but it's just an amazing ending. You don't see it coming. And, I feel like that's one of those things that, these days you can't say anymore because you're like, oh, I know what's going to happen. But you don't see the ending of issue 1 coming. Not at all.
And then if you read issue 2, right, it's like, you son of a bitch, you're still teaching.
But see, that's the whole thing. You like to you really like I've told you before. You dive into every character in the book, and you're not just talking about one character. The story molds and folds and bends and goes through each character, and you get to know all the characters at the same time, which is kind of difficult.
Angel, did you pledge? He's laughing. He's like, don't get
He's like, shh, God damn it, no spoilers.
Wait, did Angel do a cover for you?
No, but he will be doing art for book 2. So will Jay Peralta at Tremesser.
Good. They're both ridiculous, man.
And I have to say, I got to read the 8 of the 10 issues of Penguino's Revenge, and other than him not spelling ferry right,
it's an entendre.
Oh, my outsides are killing me. I have broken ribs if you're wondering why I'm cringing. The book, listen, the pace is great. It's fun. It's got action and like violent action on the level like of Invincible, but so it's not for kids, and he's snarky. I've laughed out loud reading this book. And I'm one of those guys that when everybody raves about how funny something is, I just don't usually find it that funny. But Rob is funny. He's a good writer. He's also very good at taking Penguino and putting him out of his element. I mean, I know you're like, what element is a samurai penguin in? But, I mean, he has an aerial fight while he's falling from a plane with falcons that can fly, a Falcon Death Squad. It's very clever. It's well written. There's no boring exposition. It moves well. It's just entertaining, fun. And I'll be the first to say, if you ask how the penguin holds the sword, I'm going to kick you in the ass myself.
It's so funny. I've read this issue and a couple of more, and I've never thought about going, oh, how does he hold the sword? And that just has never come across.
There's always somebody, man. There's always somebody when you're a creator, and it's usually somebody who doesn't create themselves.
Yeah, when I was first putting it out, that was one of the comments that I had gotten on it. I'm like, that's what stands out. That is what has you wondering how you can get into this story and how you can get into the world of characters. Is the fact you're hung up on the penguin wielding sword wielding penguin. Okay.
I would write that into the story in one of the things. It's like, yeah, no, it's like the
He's like, I use crazy
friction
glue on my
from-
flipper.
Yeah, it's like Velcro from his fur, you know, like really
He said
adheres to
Velcro
the
gloves. Yeah,
sumi or whatever.
He's just a double jointed penguin.
that's it.
His flipper wraps around the handle.
With discipline, he holds it.
I like the book. It's a lot of fun. And I'll be the first to tell you, in all honesty, I'm not really one for anthropomorphic tales, and I'm not really a cartoony style kind of guy with books. I like Rob's book. And I wouldn't promote it as hard as I did, even though he's a friend, even though we have a business relationship. I wouldn't promote and ruin my reputation by lying to an audience. It's a really good book. It's a lot of fun, and Rob, he bled for this book. I mean, he did everything. Writing, penciling, inking, coloring, editing, lettering. He even went back and gave it the love and attention of upgrading the lettering and everything in the book to just make it look up to date and give you guys the best product. And I don't get anything for this endorsement. I just really believe in what he's doing. And that's why we cross-promoted, because I just believe in what he's doing, and I wanted to see him succeed.
Thank you.
And I'm so glad you did so quickly, man, because him and I were both, we were pooping ourselves like, oh, God, I hope
Yeah, but I feel the same way about you, man. Like you're a gifted writer. You really are. And you need to know that. You really do.
Well, I hope so. I'm going to try some other stuff, too. I've had people ask me to write for them, but I don't know if I can just write my character well, you know? I mean,
That's a good
I have
question.
to build up my confidence in writing. So
Yeah, I get it.
It's always good to like try to put yourself out of your comfort zone. So trying to write something else will make sense, and it helps you stretch your writing skills.
Agreed. So,
But I agree, you are a great writer. I love what I've read so far. It's an amazing story.
Thank you.
Like I was saying before, I just like how you're able to tell the story of all the characters at the same time without like losing yourself, because that's just very difficult.
Yeah, you can bounce around and you bounce around the reader a little bit and it still makes sense.
you know, when I was writing it, I always envisioned it like it was a show.
Right.
And how a show is edited, how it goes from
Transitioning.
from one character to another when you have an ensemble cast. So when I write as if I'm watching that kind of show. Even like the fight scenes, I choreographed them as if I was seeing them play out on a screen. And Ricardo Silva is the interior penciler and inker, and he is
just amazing.
He's brilliant, and he's a wonderful human being to work with. And the pages are done, man. The book is done.
That's awesome.
I'm excited, and I'm going to print Monday. I'm not even waiting. I'm editing it I'm going to have it edited this weekend, and I'm going to print within 4 days of the end of the campaign. I'm not even waiting on Kickstarter to pay me.
Nice.
That's awesome. Can I ask where you're getting them printed? Or is that trade secret?
Heroes and Villains. I had to go with a digital printer because all the plate changes just cost too much.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, you have a hardcover edition, so it's hard you can't do digital printing, but the digital printing works just fine when you don't have a hardcover, because I don't know if you're aware, but a plate changes every time there's a different cover. They have to do a new plate. That even means if there's a virgin cover and a trade dress of the same art, the same cover, that's 2 plate changes, and you have to pay for each plate change. Now I have 24 covers.
I was just thinking that.
I can't afford that. That would be eating up too much money. So, and Heroes and Villains did some prints for me for my show once before, and they're really reliable and they're really quick. Steven's a great guy and he communicates well. So far so good, and his prices are incredible. They're actually lower than everybody else I've talked to.
Wow,
that's great.
So I saw that you guys added the shot glass tier. You know, we were
Moto
talking
Black.
about this last week on the show, and I was like, "Oh my God, look! They got the shot glasses. They got the tragedy shot glasses. They got the Penguino shot glasses. You know, I just feel like we are you selling the shot glasses separately as part, you know, on the side?
I was thinking about it. But I don't think that's going to happen because of shipping and everything. I just don't want things to break in shipping. Like
That's true.
the way the manufacturer or the Moto Glass is making the shot glasses, and they look awesome. And he does an incredible job. But I just don't want to take that risk in having more shot glasses go out and have something possibly break, and then they open it and they cut themselves or something. It's a risk, you know.
Fair enough.
I also think the shot glasses are, you know, they're like a niche thing or niche or whatever however the hell you pronounce it. So, like, unfortunately they're not moving on my campaign, but they are moving on Robert's. So, I guess it really depends on who your clientele is. Maybe he caters to drunks. I don't know, but
listen, if you weren't gonna say it, I was gonna say it.
Robert's degenerates. No, I'm just kidding.
I give my kids their Dimetap and the shot glass.
Yeah, right.
You never know.
Hey, Sebastian.
Rob's art style. So, you know, you have a fan and Angel there. Rob.
I'm going to tell you right now, Rob is one of the few artists that you see his growth at a very rapid pace. The artist that Robert was when Penguino started is certainly not. I mean, he was good then, but the artist he is now is even better. And if you look at what he did for Torment, which I can't wait to see that come, you even see how he's progressed with his colors. Robert keeps working at his craft, and I just look at the mashups he's done. I really think the guy is. It's, you know, you don't see a lot of artists growing these days. They draw the same and they stay the same. And even if they're good, they're just comfortable and they stay comfortable.
Yeah.
Rob keeps challenging himself. He keeps drawing. He does cartoon style, but he can also do a little more serious style. He does these really creative mashups.
Amazing mashups.
Yeah. So I just, you know, Rob, I think your style is you're just getting better and better.
Thank you, Phil. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Everything you drop on you know, Instagram or anything, it's always ridiculous. I mean,
and TikTok, he's like a celebrity. You think he's
God,
freaking Tom Cruise.
I hear TikTok saying I'm feeling dated because I don't know what it is, but yeah.
You got to check it out. It's awesome. As far as the artist community, it's really cool.
My problem is I can't draw a stick figure. So what the hell am I supposed to do on TikTok? Like a live cosplay dance?
I mean, they have a lot of they have a lot of comic artists on there. They have a lot of comic fans on there. So the interviews that you have with the people that you talk to, you could break it up into snippets, 1-minute snippets, and then you can drop it in, and you can use that as a platform to promote your show to the YouTube channel or vice versa.
Well, I'm actually about to have a couple of interns working with me, so maybe I can have them do that and reach another audience. Maybe do it to Twitch too. I heard Twitch and TikTok, you can really.
Twitch is like a different animal. Like there's a lot of different technical things you have to learn, and I'm just about to dive into that myself.
So we're looking at it ourselves too. So
yeah, so there's some different. It's a different way to stream than the usual just plug and play. You know, there's some things to consider, but yeah, I think it's a great way to go for Twitch.
Yeah, Rob, Son of a Saint's shouting out your mashups too, and he's
right there.
You know, if you need love from anybody who's
thank you,
digital art, yeah,
thank you so much, I appreciate it.
Yeah, both of you guys are ridiculous.
Yeah, your work is crazy too, man. Unbelievable.
On Angels, yeah, man, when I was working with Angels on When Worlds Collide, it was just amazing to see how he was going to take these verses and put them together, because you know the people he was picking them out of a hat, you know, and you said they're like, how the heck are you going to put these two characters together? And then he was like, Ralph, you know, I need your help because I need a story. Why are these guys together? Why are they fighting? And it helped me because it made me think outside the box and try to figure out why are they fighting, what's going on, and we started creating this whole story with them When the Worlds Collide. and we had all these villains who were taking all these characters from different universes and putting them together to fight. And I was like, okay, here we go. Now we got something.
Rob, do you remember when you mashed up a Sith with Omega Red?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
I told him, I was like, dude, how about you like mix a Sith and an X-Men villain or something? And he was like, yeah, I'm going to give that a try. He comes back with Omega Red as a Sith Lord with the laser whips. And I was like, wow. Hey, Jim O'Reilly.
That was a lot of fun to work on that. It was cool.
Yeah, Jim says, look at this fine group of gentlemen.
Jim's been following me all day. I think he's a stalker.
And Sebastian is saying that's what they're doing with the Nerds of the Round. They're doing the little snippets on the TikTok.
How's it been working out, Sebastian? Is that really working well? I mean, are you getting a big following? Because, I mean, like, I'm going to have Will Spatasio on my show soon, and Chuck Dixon and Howard Mackey, and that would be a good start to try to build an audience before I get, like, some indie guys on.
Let's see. Andrew had a question for us. Here's a question for the writers in the room. How much of your real life bleeds into your writing? That's actually a pretty good question.
I'll let Rob start, and then I'll answer.
Just not really a lot. Like, as far as my writing style goes, it's all fantasy, you know. But
it is your sarcasm and your sense of humor.
Yeah, that too. I try to pepper in that attitude that I love so much. That's kind of the stuff that gravitates me toward Deadpool, Sonic the Hedgehog, characters that have that little bit of attitude. And when I made Penguino, I was like, I want someone that has that attitude bar all the way up and broke it off. Like,
you do it. Good night, Jim. You do. He's a snarky, wise-ass penguin, but it works. And you root for him, you know?
Yeah, thank you.
For me, a lot of my wife is in the character, and some of me. I had a difficult childhood. My wife doesn't realize how strong and confident she is. And I'm living a life that I want to change. I'm not really happy where I am, like most of us. And I'm busting my ass trying to get to where I want to be and make that life for me. And she struggles with a life she doesn't want. She struggles with, a lot of things that I think most humans can relate to, whether you're a man or female. But she's guarded. She puts up walls. She's afraid to let people in. A lot of people are like that. My wife is like that. That's why I'm very fortunate and lucky that my chloroform and duct tape worked. Black vans with no plates works too, guys. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Watch somebody go do that. My wife is 15 years younger than me, and she looks like a supermodel, and nobody knows how the hell I got her. So that's what I tell everybody.
Oh, that's funny. I feel you guys because, in my writing, it's the same thing. Well, similar to you, Phil, where my life seeps into the writing. At the same time, people I've met over the years seep in. If you've met me, there's a possibility you're in one of my stories. I can tell you that right now. Like old adage of be careful the writer you know, because they've probably killed you 1,000 times.
Oh, wow.
Well, two of the main, Joe and Tony are actually friends of mine for decades. Tony, and he is that big, by the way. He's my friend since I'm like 9 years old. And Joe's been my friend for the last 20 years. And the characters are based on them loosely, but their images are based on them. Of course, their names. Robert Powers is in the book. He comes in later.
Ooh, Robert.
Robert, I'm in the middle of a storyline that is about to make Robert a key character and more on the forefront. He wouldn't know because he stopped reading 3 issues ago.
I wouldn't know.
Pretty jealous of that.
Why'd you spoil it for me?
By the way, poor Travel and Rupee are sitting here listening to us to go on and on and on. The poor guy's tired, and we're keeping him here while we bullshit, and he just sits there. I'm so sorry, dude.
You're all right.
Oh, by the way, Sebastian says we have to work harder at it, but TikTok is the way to connect to a younger audience. Doing a little better on the personal TikTok. Just have to be consistent and know the SAO for it.
What's SAO? I'm sorry.
That's a good question.
I don't know what that is.
I feel like Sebastian's a little more hip than us.
Oh, I'm sure he's more hip than us. I'm willing to guarantee Sebastian's more hip than us because I'm an old bastard.
And then Angel says, "You bastard, Ralph! How many times have you killed me?" I'm not saying. And of course, everybody's like, "Stop murdering me, Ralph." I don't know, man. I think I opened
Have I
Pandora's
gotten?
box here.
Am I going to get on the murder wall of shame at some point or fame? Yeah.
You're probably already there.
Yeah. Search engine optimization. Yes, he is more hip than us. See?
There he goes. Sorry. SEO, search engine optimization. Okay. And
Getting
Lamu.
all technical like.
I think that's
like,
some
wait, like Daughter Like Father is a comic book,
algorithm.
and they have a Kickstarter. We'll talk about them in a minute.
You were saying?
I think he's talking about the algorithm, like how to play it.
Oh yeah, you have to know exactly what you're doing with especially with TikTok, because there's a certain amount of TikToks you're supposed to do a day, a certain amount of things, and it helps you move forward. Yeah.
Yeah.
God forbid they just give you a platform to get out to people and stop playing these freaking games like Facebook to make you pay for paid promotion.
But that's what it is. That's all it's about.
But they don't make enough money that they can't help a brother out.
You want to know something funny? I recently put a mashup up of Deadpool and Ghost Rider, and it got taken down for nudity and sexual activity.
What?
Yeah.
But he wasn't. You know what? Never mind.
You want to see it?
I missed that one. Yeah.
No, he's neither of those things.
It's
really a friend of mine once got a MySpace post taken down of pictures of breadsticks.
Look how badass that is, man.
How suggestive were those breadsticks?
Yeah, really.
He just had a bunch of pictures of breadsticks and they flagged it for nudity.
Really?
I'm dead serious. They were just breadsticks on a plate.
It wasn't even a mushroom on the end of one of the breadsticks?
No, it was literally just breadsticks on a plate.
Phil, holy shit.
Man, I'm killing my ribs here.
Oh, Rob, by the way, that was
supposed to make Deadpool's penis on fire, bro.
Yeah. You know what it is? He looked like he was in an S&M suit. That's why. You're waiting for the orange ball strap around his mouth.
Oh, Phil, you're a freak, dude.
I'm actually just exhausted and in pain, so if I don't laugh, I'll cry.
All right, guys. So,
anyone else write? I don't write anything, man. But if y'all let me be in your story, you can be in mine.
Yeah, there you go. So I'm going to show this off, guys. We all know Kat. I think Kat supported a couple of our projects here. Let me share the screen.
By the way, Rob, you have to offer a tier one day to make anthropomorphic characters based on people. Like you pay this money in a tier, we'll turn you into an anthropomorphic character. That'd be a good tier.
I'll do that.
That sounds good. Yeah, that's a good tier.
I'll do that for the next one.
Maybe people will pledge.
One of the other Kickstarters that our boy Sparks was promoting, Dino Thrashers had that as a tier.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
They'll draw you as a dinosaur anthropomorphized.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that was enough to sucker me into paying for it. So,
guys,
how much did they charge for it?
A lady doesn't tell.
Ooh.
I think it was. I think that was 45.
Oh, it's not that bad.
Not
bad.
Yeah,
it wasn't in the comic book. It was just he just did a
on the side,
like a variant. Yeah, it was like a sketch cover or something.
That's cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
So this here is like father, like daughter, but she's having a crossover with Haunting. So it's Haunting like father, like daughter, and it's crossover number 1. It's I don't know if you guys have read Like Father, Like Daughter. It's an amazing comic book from Catherine Kalamaya. I always get her name wrong, but I'm hoping I got it right. And she's pretty cool, and she's the one that usually does the top 10 Kickstarters.
Oh, cool! Yeah, she did one. And she put me on there.
Yeah, you were like number 2.
Both of you guys were on there, I think.
Yeah, I was
on there.
I was grateful that they did that. I didn't even know, and then next thing I know, I got tagged. I was like, "Wow, this is cool."
Well, she's
doing the cover of this
very well. She's already over her.
Congrats to them. Yeah.
And she has 401 backers.
Very nice. See, people look a lot at the monetary dollar that's up there. the number that matters is backers.
Yeah.
You need a following. John Ottinger is here.
Yeah, he's usually here. He usually gives us a smiley face.
You've stolen him from me, man. He used to be a faithful on my show. I don't see him anymore. He abandoned me.
Enrique stole him today because he was over there with Enrique on the other show, and they were like talking and having fun.
I like the way you say Enrique.
Well, I don't know. I think it's that Spanish side of me because it happens when I go Penguinos Revenge.
Yeah. Penguino.
Good night, Angel.
Promo today, I was like, Penguino. I'm like, ooh, wow, I see what Rob is talking about.
You know what makes me laugh? A lot of people have been very kind and they share my project, but they spell tragedy, strategy.
Oh, I've seen that, Phil.
And you go Tradeggy. I'm like, no. But they're doing a wonderfully nice thing, though.
I think Angel's out of here. Bye, Angel. Thanks for talking, asking questions, actually.
Good to see you, man.
Yeah, take it easy, buddy. And feel better.
Yeah.
So you guys do D&D campaigns? Because I love D&D. My daughter, my 9-year-old, loves to play D&D.
Well, that's why we have Traveling Loopy here, because he's been doing a D&D campaign with Shadow Rabbit over there, and I heard that he was about to kill them all off.
Well, we're gonna. I don't know, man. I got faith in our crew.
They were a little more worried than they should have been.
He's painting the world for us.
Are you one of those tough DMs that looks to kill them off, or
not at all? I don't believe in player versus DM at all.
Good. Yeah.
That's good because
some of them are crazy, man. They're like they're really trying to bludgeon and kill you.
The first time I would play with someone like that would be the last time I would play with a DM like that. That's not what the DM's there for.
Exactly. You're supposed to carry the story forward, not as a narrator and as like put them into situations and help them interact. If your job is to end the story by killing their characters, well, what the hell is the sense of that?
I saw on a post. I forgot what it was, what post it was, but someone says you really want to mess with your players in a D&D campaign. You create a maze with like 4 exits, and then when they get to the exit and they pull the lever to open the door, the cube comes out. Like, what's that cube? The
gelatinous cube.
The gelatinous cube comes out, right? So they're all going to these different directions. They run back to the other spot, and then once they open all those doors, the other door that seems to be the exit opens up. They all go through there. They go up the chute, and then they pull the lever to open the door on the chute. It's another gelatinous cube.
Damn, man, he just ruined the Doom Vault for you.
I was gonna say, man, stop giving my man any more suggestions here. You tickle his wrath.
Now, when you guys play D&D, do you get really into the details of the weight of their carrying and that they're carrying and taking rests and stuff, or do you try to just smooth it out a little more so it's a flowing
I'm not
story?
a huge stickler for that, but if I see someone has been like not really paying attention, then I will stick them quickly, and then they usually end up losing an item or something like that. But nobody in this group's really been like that. We only had one that was in question for a little bit, and I took care of that.
See, I like that because you look at the rules, and I just feel it bogs down the pace of the game. If you're worrying about your 1 coin over on your weight, or you got to drop this, obviously you don't go crazy with it carrying 3 long swords, or 2-handed swords, but
exactly, yeah.
But rations and stuff, and then you have to stop and then there's the daytime and the nighttime. I know it's kind of cool, the realism of it, but I just feel it kills the pace of the game. So I like when DMs, and when I DM, I don't do that.
Yeah, like I said, there's a time and a place for it. I don't check in every session for sure. So a lot of times what I'll do is at the end of an arc, like a major story arc where they've done something or they've left a specific place, I will check with each player individually to see what their packs are, pretty much. If I've heard a player picking up a lot of things and looting a lot of things, then I'll check. And like I said, this party hasn't really had that problem.
Oh, and he's been leading a great campaign, man. We basically we're on the Doom Vault right now because we've exhausted the last couple of years of scenarios you've run for everyone else already.
No, it's not because of that. You guys got a bunch of fresh stuff I've never done before already.
Yeah.
Well,
I
if
mean,
I'm
I'm
ever
super
in the
excited.
party, don't ever ask me. I was just doing what Sebastian said. I'm the guy that always rolls badly. So don't let me do the trap check or whatever. I'll screw us all over because I can't roll for crap.
D&D and trauma go hand in hand. I was the rogue that rolled a natural 1 on a stealth check trying to rob someone.
Dang,
You got
that's
close to one of
bad.
those, right?
Yeah.
Phil got
My-
close to that once, right?
Yeah,
my,
I think
my
so.
wife rolls like a
Pulled down the-
champ. My wife rolls like a champ. I want to take her to Vegas. Holy crap, does she roll like a champ? Like I also play tabletop games. I'll play her an X-wing, Star Wars X-wing. She rolls like there's magnets on them. I got to check them at the end of the game. She's just good. Fortune favors the beautiful.
Yeah, me and the ones like we have too much of a love affair, so I gotta be careful.
Yeah.
I may be the guy that the party goes to figure out what's going on, but I'm like, dude, don't let me roll for anything.
Yeah, I'm
If
not
you
the
want
guy
to
for
come with
that
some
either.
drama, then you let me roll. If you want to like get by and have something else, then somebody will roll.
No, Travel. He DMs a couple like one shots as well. Like he's doing a horror one occasionally and Star Wars and everything. I mean, they're all run really well, and we keep coming back for more. So
How often do you guys play?
We're doing twice a week, but we cut it down to once a week this past couple weeks.
Is it virtual because of everything, or do you guys meet up in person?
It's on my YouTube channel.
nah,
Oh,
man,
so
we're
you do it
cross
live.
country. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they've been going
cool.
live. I've been trying to check them out, but I keep falling asleep.
Don't watch them live then. Watch the recorded ones.
Well, that's the good thing about it. You come in, it'd be like Critical Role when you check them out later on.
You know what I thought about doing? Creating a role-playing game with all the indie characters that are out there, and getting the obviously you have to get the permission and this and that. It might be fun. We could all go in on it and do a campaign where we all contribute, to the making of the game financially, and we split it evenly, whatever ways. And I don't know if the money would work. You'd have to check it out, but it'd be kind of good way to get indie characters out. And we could create this own world. Role-playing game. I mean, you could be Penguino, you could be Tragedy, you could be Apollo, which is Kevin Stewart's character, or a Dweor. You could be a friggin' Dweor if you want.
That'd be interesting.
That would be fun, right?
Yeah.
It would be cool.
Yeah, if you just got a couple flagship characters like like really, really well-known indies on there, then that would probably give a lot of exposure to everyone else.
Yeah,
Definitely.
that's true too. Yeah.
Agreed. I mean, you could probably talk to a Brian Polito and see if I don't know what you'd have to pay in royalties though, but you could try to work out a Lady Death or something. It'd be fun. And then Alfred's now got his Green Tempest character you could throw in there.
You just said it. Oh crap, that's a neat idea, Phil.
By the way, man, he has his Kickstarter going to launch Saturday for a Green Tempest, so everybody should check that out.
So
Yeah, I just saw him posted up saying that they were about to launch. Yeah.
Cool.
And I have them on Apple Bites soon so they can discuss all this stuff. I think it was in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, I saw you guys in the chat.
Yeah.
It was a fun misunderstanding. It was great.
Yeah, because I gave them a date and he says I'll go talk to him Javier about it, and then they never got back to me, and I was like, okay, so I put them in the book anyway. And I'm like, okay, they're in the book. So when they were like, oh Ralph, we forgot to come back with you. Yeah, you're in the book already. Don't worry about it.
So Rob and I have worked real hard, kicking our asses to get these Kickstarters successful, and I have to say, I thought he would. I worried that I would make it, but I figured he'd make it, and I just didn't want it to be where one made it and one didn't, because it just kind of sucks, So I mean, if I made it and he didn't, I wouldn't have been happy, And if he made it and I didn't, I would have been happy for him. But it's just great that we both succeeded and did well, and you funded in less than 5 days, right?
Yeah, it was 5 days.
I funded in less than 3, but of course I had a much lower goal. And him and I were just like, right? We were talking, we're like, holy crap, dude, we funded and we're not even in the first week. Holy, wow.
It feels like we just talked about that yesterday. I can't believe we're at the very end.
It's so funny.
I know.
we were just talking about that before the show started, and yeah, it feels to me like we just announced this. We just got together. We just did everything that has happened. It feels like we just did.
My
Exactly.
6 hour launch party on live.
I remember that. I
hours.
was there for that one.
Rob came in a little towards the end. He was like, "Okay, yeah, this is enough. I gotta go."
Yeah.
Okay, Sebastian.
Good night, Sebastian. Good talking to you.
Yeah, man, it's just a start for you two guys. I mean, I'm really excited to see where you take it from here.
Like I said, I've been waiting for Volume 2 of Penguinos Revenge, which is why I've been making sure that Penguinos Revenge got to where it was going, because I want my Volume 2.
Man, you shut me out so much, dude. Thank you. You shut me out. You and Phil, both of you. Phil.
We're pimping you, man. I'm going to get like...
both. I told you both in the beginning of all this that I knew you two were going to be successful with this. So...
I'm going to get those goldfish glass shoes, from I'm going to get you sucker, and I'm going to be his pimp. I'm going to be walking around like, yeah.
I fucking love that movie.
Oh my God, what am I doing?
Oh, look at that. We even got John Tolliver here. Cool
Joe Tolliver, hey.
This is the first time seeing you guys following now. We appreciate that, Joe.
Joe has Comics Cast, and he does Let It Out, and he was kind enough to add a show for me on Sunday.
It's so funny because I was just about to hit Joe up about being on Apple Bites to see if he wanted to go. So, Joe, if you're out there, I'm about to hit you so you can be on Apple Bites.
He's a good guy, and you should get to know him. He does a lot for the indie community. He cares, and he also serves our country. He's a good guy. And he's got a good crew there with Rick and Gerald.
Yeah, the Comic Cast guys are fantastic.
Yeah, and they're all talented artists, all three of them. So.
I like when they actually sit there and draw at the same time they're doing the show. I can't do two things at the same time. So.
And that's what Let It Out is. They have the drawing part of it. They interview and they do the drawing part, and they really showcase artists. So it's on Sundays at 1:00. I'm sorry, I like to promote everybody. You would think I was like the commercial for everyone.
You're constantly thinking about it.
It's appreciated.
Yeah.
We have to do it together, man. I mean, we have to. We're all busting our ass, whether it's your YouTube channel, with the role playing, or Penguinos Revenge, or the Writ, or Shadow Rabbit's clay statues. We're all just trying to get through the day and be happy, and it's a lot of work, and people don't get it. And we also have families, and we have jobs that give us no pleasure. So yeah, I mean,
I beg to differ. I'm actually a sex worker.
There you go. All right.
It's profession, I guess.
You can hire Ralph to do any voiceovers you need. Well, how am I ever going to afford this pizza?
Slowly undressed, letting his bosom.
Oh my God! You'll be the narrator.
His moist nipples.
Those nipples were perky.
How am I ever going to pay for this pizza? Whack, whack, whack.
Oh
so hi there.
But so it doesn't cost anything to take a moment to just say something, or make a nice comment on somebody's feed to bump them up in the algorithm. What does it hurt?
Yeah, we're all together in this. This is all the same ride that we're all riding at the same time, so we might as well help each other out.
Yeah.
Comic people together strong.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I believe that. And unfortunately, there's some people that kind of ruin it or tear it down, but we can't let them be the voice. They can't be the stronger ones. We have to be.
Gotta always spread that love,
See what bugs me.
You guys are spreading it to the top. I mean,
exactly.
Spreading it like that whipped cream over. Oh, sorry, we're going back into Traveling Root Beer's job. But, yeah.
Hey, man, you gotta, like you said, you promote everybody. That's
exactly. What bugs me out the most is it doesn't. There's not a lot of work in sharing somebody's project. There's not a lot of work in sharing somebody's product. There's not a lot of work in sharing something somebody's doing. It doesn't even have money involved. It's just you deciding to help the person by sharing what they're doing. And it's so funny because it helps so much.
I just want to remind everybody that when you share somebody's or you post for somebody, do not put a link in the main post, because Facebook doesn't like you redirecting them off Facebook, and they will knock that thing down and nobody will see it. Write something nice, and in the comments you put the link, and you just let them know link is in the comments. That's how you help somebody. But there's another way to help them. If you hit the like button and say 3 words, great, 2 words, great job, looks great, awesome artwork.
Mm-hmm.
The more comments in a comments section, the more it's bumped up in your feed, the more people see it every day, and the more attention you get. So all you have to do is hit like and make a quick little statement in there of positivity, please. Enough idiots. I was just on the show. I'm plugging tragedy, and this guy starts bashing tragedy for her aesthetics. She looks like every character I've ever seen in DC Marvel. I'm like, what the hell have you been looking at? I just don't understand these people.
No, man, I'll tell you what. I've never seen your work until tonight, and I actually really like the aesthetic of tragedy.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I really do. And look, I'm okay if you don't like it, but why do you have to unsolicited bash the shit out of my? Sorry, bash my character on a show that I'm trying to promote it?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
That's just being a you-know-what bag.
That means you're coming on and you want to mess with people on purpose.
Well, the funny thing is the people that critique you and say, how does a flipper hold a sword, are the ones that aren't creating themselves.
Right, exactly.
Or I love when people tell you, you should do the campaign this way, or you should write your character this way, or you should do your song this way. I was like, how about you just do it your way and I'll write mine my way? Thank you. You're not even writing. You're not even a DM. You're not even creating a campaign. You're not even creating a comic book. And you tell me how I should do mine? No, mine is mine. Go create your own. I don't get people.
I don't get it at all. I have to admit, of course I have to show off a little Shadow Rabbit work here, and my Hugbert teddy bear superhero.
I like the hat.
You don't know how many. Yeah, I love my the little emotion hat.
We have to see this comic, man. Come on, Ralf.
You know how many people have told me it's a stupid idea, and I'm like, I don't care what you think.
Really?
Oh yeah, I've had a couple people tell me how stupid the idea is.
You know what bothers me about that? How about you read the damn book before you have an opinion? And if you can't say anything nice, just shut the hell up. Just shut up. Move on if you don't like it. Change the channel, You
don't have to like everything, yeah.
But just at least read it before you have an opinion. I mean, when did people start having opinions based on no knowledge or information?
Since the internet.
Yes. It's become the megaphone of the morons.
Yeah.
The moron megaphone.
As long as you know what you're doing is right for you.
Yeah.
That's what's important. So,
I honestly think Hugbert sounds like a great idea. I mean, I
appreciate that.
I saw an illustration once. I saw an illustration once of a teddy bear. The kid was sleeping, and there was a monster over the head, and he had the sword. The teddy bear was there to protect.
Exactly.
It's really old, so it's not like Ralph looked at it and whatever. But it's similar, but it's not the same. I think it's a fantastic idea. I think it's original. I think it's fun. I think it's for all ages. How is it dumb? I mean, what does a kid use a teddy bear for? Safety and comfort.
Exactly.
What better guardian?
Exactly.
It's brilliant. So stop. Don't even listen to those people.
That's what I'm telling you. I stopped listening to, I think one of the things that happens, especially as writers and as we move on and we become more bigger, I should say, we start to write for people. And the first thing we're taught as writers is you write for yourself.
Yes.
You have to write for yourself because if you write for somebody, your work is going to lack.
Well, it's funny because I used to wonder when writers and artists said, look, I don't do this for you, I do this for me. I used to think, well, you don't appreciate the fans. That's not what they're saying.
No.
I understand it now.
Yeah.
What they're saying is, I do appreciate you, but I'm not going to be able to please everybody. So if I write or draw based on what every individual says I should do, not only am I no longer doing my thing, how I want to do it, how I like it, but I'm not going to please somebody anyway.
No.
So all I can do is write my story and hope that you like it. And if you don't, well, be kind and move on. Yeah. But I can't please everybody.
No.
You can't write for everybody. You can't draw for everybody. And you certainly don't write for a page count, that's for sure. You write for a story.
And it's funny because as I've been preparing for the Star Wars show that we're doing.
Oh, you know what, Ralph? I gave up on that 7 months ago. Get out of here.
I haven't given up on it. If you don't do it, I'm doing it. So.
Well, get your act together. It's not that many movies.
I've been doing my research, and the more research I do, the more I have to say about the whole thing. And I feel like that's what happened with the final trilogy was that Disney decided we're gonna fan service, and they fan serviced the first movie, and they were like, that didn't work. They fan serviced the second movie because they did give a lot of fans what they wanted with the second movie.
Wait, you're talking about episode 8 or you're talking about episode 2?
Oh no, I'm talking about the last 3.
All right, episode 8 did not fan service anybody. That was a
yes,
steaming pile of crap that pissed off everybody.
That's the problem with it. It fan serviced those fans that wanted Star Wars to go in a different direction.
Yes, but not the fans that they're supposed to be well, not that you're
Well,
supposed
see,
to,
that's
if
the
you were
whole
going to
thing.
fan service.
See, that's the whole thing.
Nothing.
You have all these fans interrupting what's happening, and it made it worse.
You know what though? It's the fans' fault. They bitched and moaned at George Lucas, made him sell it to Disney because he couldn't take their whining anymore, and you got even worse stuff. So you got what you deserved, you little bastard.
Like Mandalorian.
Mandalorian is great. The Bad Batch is great.
I don't watch all Bad Batch yet.
I haven't been
I'm
watching
just
that
stacking
yet.
it. I'll watch it through when it's done.
But I mean, look, there's a way to do fan service while serving the story.
Well, they're
and
gonna
the end
ruin
of
Mandalorian anyway, so whatever. But it's great so far.
The end of Mandalorian is a perfect example of how you can throw in fan service.
Yeah.
With it making sense and still maintaining the story.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I feel like that's actually fan service done right. You know, everybody wanted to see that happen. They saw it happen. It was badass. It was amazing.
And the whole fact of the matter,
it was the same guy that did the Marvel movies too, right?
Yeah, Jon Favreau.
Yeah,
he played the sidekick to Iron Man. He was in what was that movie he did years ago with? Oh my God, I'm getting old. I don't remember.
He used to be an actor, but now he's on the other side.
Yeah,
he still does both.
Yeah, he does
show
Avengers on things. Yeah, he did.
He was Baloo.
Baloo the bear?
Was he?
For the bare necessity. No.
Oh, Ralph, can you sing that?
John Tolliver's in. Oh no, sequel trilogy is going to blow up. Bad Batch is doing the same thing that Clone Wars did. Starting off, not sure what they are doing and who they are doing for. I'm waiting for season 3. That's when it will finally take off. And there you have it. The fight begins.
You know, this is my take on Star Wars, and you know, if you disagree, it's cool. But why can't they just do an animated series of Luke, Leia, and Han right after Return of the Jedi and what they were doing after that, when they were all finally a unified team with Chewbacca and them? Don't tell me that won't make a lot of money. Why they don't want to touch these characters anymore other than kill them the frig off makes no sense to me. We fell in love with those characters. You know why people didn't like the prequels, in my opinion? Because you took... Trash. Well, I didn't think they were trash. Here's the thing.
I like them for the most part.
Yeah, I think they're fine. But the original 3 with this intimate setting, and even though it was this galactic thing, it was shown from the perspective of these few handful of people. But when you went to the prequels, you now had all those Jedi, you had, you know, Sith, you had Council, you had Senate, you had all these other characters, and it was a much larger world. And it just didn't feel you could connect to it because of that.
It was much more zoomed out.
Yes.
I get what you're saying. And it worked for something like Clone Wars, where it's a long-running series, but something that's 3 movies is very hard to do that zoomed out of it. It'd be like making a movie called World War II, and then you cover 1939 to 1945 in 3 movies.
Agreed.
Like,
and
everything that happened.
And if you think about it, like 2 movies, because the exposition of episode 1 was way too dragged out. I didn't need to see Darth Vader as a 9-year-old or whatever, 11-year-old for 2.5 hours with that stupid Jar Jar Binks.
Pod Racer sold a lot of video games, though.
You could, yeah, exactly. But you could have done the first half hour and did a time jump in the first movie if you wanted to, really, or just bypass all that crap. Whatever you
just write it different, yeah.
Yeah, but the problem is George Lucas is not very good at pacing. And like, if you even look at Revenge of the Sith, that movie could have been so much more, but because of his inability to write pacing well, it seemed like he went to the dark side too fast and too easy. But if you look at little things he did here and there, you can see how it unfolded that way. But he didn't put enough attention on those details
Right.
that kind of show you that the Palpatine was basically grooming him from a little boy. You know, one sentence saying that doesn't resonate with the audience to really connect and understand that.
Right.
Because you can understand it mentally, but you want to understand it emotionally, that this kid's been played. Palpatine's been at this a long time, and they didn't do that. And they focused so much on his teenage crush, so to speak, on her, that a lot of the exposition was misplaced or dragged out, and he didn't focus on where we needed to go, you know?
Well, there's actually a more simpler explanation even than that. It's that George Lucas famously, when he made the original movies, would seek advice from everyone on his team. And that was very much a group project with Lawrence Kasdan and all of them, you know,
Right.
and
Kershner and all them.
when the prequels came about, he would seek that advice, but nobody would tell him no. It's actually been famously said that throughout the entire movies, it was just like, sure, it's George Lucas. He knows how to make a movie like that. And that's how those movies ended up the way they were. Whereas the originals, every step of the way, there was input coming from all sides.
Yeah, you're right, Joe. The books are there for us. I mean, I met Timothy Zahn after Episode 7 came out, right? And he wrote the Thrawn trilogy, which is, to me, he's a fan because he wrote the characters right, and you felt like you were watching the next trilogy in the story.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, Timothy Zahn said to me, he goes, I knew we were in trouble when not one scene did we see the big three together. And I go, son of a bitch, you're right. And let me tell you something. When Episode 8 started and Luke threw the saber over his shoulder, I said, oh, crap. This is going to be a piece of steaming crap. That was the dumbest. Look, I don't care about him drinking that milk out of that cow thing. Everybody's upset about that. Listen, him throwing that saber and Mary Poppins in space made me look at the screen and go, you just shit all over everything that I love. I mean, I don't get mad like the rabid fans, but you can acknowledge that they just crapped it. Because Rian Johnson and Disney, think about this. They still have to pay royalties to the characters that he created, even though they bought the rights.
Yep.
Kill them off, create your own characters, no royalties to be paid. That's the first thing. The second thing is Rian Johnson was promised a trilogy of his own.
Yep.
That whole thing was to set up his trilogy. It was not to set up anything else. That's why he went totally off the script and the plot lines laid out in Episode 7, because it was all about that stupid kid at the end with a freaking broom.
Yeah. How the heck do you give the largest franchise ever assembled to a guy who made one indie movie?
Right. And he didn't even know or care about them. He just wanted to do his own thing. And, I mean, you have a casino scene, and you don't even have Lando. And you kill Admiral Akbar as if he was a nobody, and it was like a second thought. And then you have the purple-haired chick who nobody ever met make this big sacrifice. And by the way, when your whole plot is small ships too fast for big ships to catch, explain to me the beginning of every one of the trilogy stories where the freaking Star Destroyers chase down a span of 4 and catches it. What are you talking about? The whole story is that, and then the big secret, she lets Poe Dameron go stupid and rogue and cause all this trouble when all she could have said is, look, our plan is to do this. Why was it a big freaking secret?
You know,
a secret from your best pilot.
Yeah.
While we're ragging on Star Wars, I'll go ahead and tell you that the first 20 minutes of Episode 9, I think, are worse than all of Episode 8, actually. That is some of the worst pacing I have ever seen on film.
It was bad. It was, and everybody was excited about the Emperor, and I was thinking, oh, this is because they didn't know what to do because Snoke was not supposed to die.
Right.
Snoke and Luke were not supposed to die. They were not.
Because I heard what the original story was that each of the 3 characters get their own story. In the third movie, they were all supposed to get together. Finally, you were supposed to see them together, but Leia died. It changed the whole thing.
Well, Harrison Ford said he will not do the Star Wars unless you kill him off, because he wanted to be killed off from Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, he wanted to keep from the
so they from the start they knew they were going to kill him off in Episode 7, which really hurts the franchise doing that. That's, to me, that's Harrison Ford. I don't know why he hated this character so much. It made him from a carpenter to a star. And why would you do that to fans that love you? You know, force the trilogy's hand that way. Just do the damn movies that don't. But I don't know. And yes, she was actually, Leia was supposed to be the star of episode 9, I was told, but then she died because she can't stop snorting, whatever. But Luke wasn't supposed to die either. And by the way, I know that they were strapped, but I did not feel any emotion when Leia passed. It didn't feel like her. You know, it didn't feel like her. And it wasn't Luke. Luke, the whole point of Luke, he was willing to sacrifice his life and his Jedi training for people that he barely knew on Cloud City. He didn't even know she was his sister.
Right.
He had so much faith that the biggest mass murdering Sith in the galaxy, in the universe, he was willing to risk his own life to bring his father back from the dead. He sat there and threw his saber away and made himself vulnerable to the Emperor because he wouldn't kill his father, because he believed in his father's redemption. And you're telling me that he all of a sudden became this guy that wants to kill Kylo Ren? Did you ever watch a freaking minute of a movie? That's not new and original. That's just stupid.
Yeah. My friend and I used to make jokes about episode 8 before it came out. We were saying, how great would it be if they just had all the main cast like go into this room, and then Lando turns around and he's like, sorry, they arrived shortly before you did. And then like Kylo Ren walks in, Captain Phasma comes in, you know, and they go, you would be honored if you join us.
That's funny. That'd be great. By the way, Captain Phasma, what a waste. What a waste. And what was Benicio del Toro's reason for being in that? I don't know. I could sit here all day and I don't have anything good to say about this trilogy at all.
Yeah.
And Rey, the Mary Sue who could beat everybody and never be challenged, and she lived on a desert planet her whole life and could sit and then travel those rough seas over to the Death Star. You know, the Death Star that was still pretty whole considering it was atomically obliterated. And by the way, for her to be at that exact spot where that stupid what do they call them? What's the movie term for like those devices they use? I forget. But anyway, so she has that Sith map thing that lines up. What's that?
Holocron?
Well, no, I'm talking. There's a movie term when
The MacGyver or something.
What's that?
The MacGuff or something.
A MacGuff. That's it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, think about this. She would have had to be on the exact perfect line of sight to the Death Star for that thing to line up the way it did to pinpoint where that stupid navigational thing was for it to work. If you're 10 feet this way, 20 feet this way, it doesn't line up. How did you get the perfect angle? I don't know. It was all stupid plot devices of the yin yang. Yeah, she could do everything, and she was so bland. And then they took a character that had a lot of potential in Finn and made him the Jar Jar Binks in episode 8. He became a fool, and then they tried to redeem it in episode 9, and it was too late. You just didn't see him the same way.
I actually really liked episode 7 with only a few exceptions, but episode 8 and 9 are just absolutely off the rails. 7
had decent parts to it. It's just, it was also hard to see them old and that they weren't together. But the curmudgeon Luke Skywalker, by the way, he hasn't seen Chewie in how many years? Han is dead, and he's like, Chewie, what are you doing here? Are you kidding me? Really? He's the guy that says, get off my lawn? Luke Skywalker?
That's ridiculous.
The whole point was he was the new Hope. He was the Hope. Where did the Hope go?
See, but I feel like Disney, like you were saying before, Disney wanted to step away from all this, the Skywalker story, especially because they had to pay whatever to George Lucas. because all you see in the last trilogy is this whole concept of we're going to step away from this because we want to step away from this because this is not our Star Wars. This is the Star Wars of the generation before us, and all this talk kept coming out of their mouths, and I'm like, dude, you can do that, but you can also give us our ending and then go do something else for yourself.
25 years I waited to see Luke Skywalker kick somebody's ass and show his power and really be in control and confident. You couldn't even give me that. You got
it in Mando. Right?
You got it, yeah.
Right. Well, thank God for that. But it still kind of feels cheap to me because they had to superimpose the younger face and he looked a little, mechanical and like stiff. I mean, I'm grateful for it anyway, but couldn't we have gotten the older Luke? And by the way, if you can catch a lightsaber as a Force ghost, could you not have helped to beat the freaking Emperor? And by the way, when does that idiot stop shooting lightning at himself? I mean, at what point do you realize you're obliterating yourself? Just stop shooting lightning. It's not difficult. Just, oh crap, that backfired on me. I'm going to stop. If I touch a hot stove, my reaction is to flip back. This idiot shoots lightning and keeps shooting lightning as it erodes his body. It's stupid. And right. I'm all the Jedi. No, you're a Mary Sue and you suck.
And the Star Wars. We can discuss it when we do the show. You guys
I'm falling asleep.
No, we got our last word because we're already at 1:15, and I don't want to take you guys to 2 hours. So, what is the last word, Phil?
Me? Tragedy. It ends in 19 hours. Everybody's been fantastic. Thank you so much for the way you've rallied around me and my project and supported us. I think it's written really well. It's a beautiful looking book, great art, great story, characters you can relate to, action, no boring exposition. We also have a ton of fantastic variant covers. Will Spatasio, co-founder of Image Comics, creator of Bishop, X Factor, all these books, Wetworks, Ian Churchill, Sean Chen, Larry Stroman, Chance Wolfe, and so many more. If you're into just collecting art, it's a great campaign. If you want a really great story, I think it's a great campaign. If you want comics that bring you back to when they were great in the 80s and 90s, I really think I did that because I hate the crap that's out there now. So please, we got 19 hours left. Please pledge anything or share it out and just let everybody know it's there. And again, thank you to everybody. Over 200 backers. I'm so grateful and appreciative of you guys. So thank you.
Rob. And the light shows up.
Guys, thank you so much for your support. Thank you for showing me just how much you care about my work and how much you care about my wife's work, because she put a lot of work into the Kickstarter as well. And it came out amazing. And I really can't tell you how appreciative I am for everybody coming out, sharing my work, talking to me about it, like going out of the way and just letting me know that they want me on the show. Like Ralph here, thank you so much. And so we got about 24 hours or 20 hours, 22. What is
19,
it?
I think.
19.
19 hours to go.
Yep, we're at 19 hours.
We have one more stretch goal to hit, and we're so close. And if we can hit that, you guys are in for a treat. So
let's see. Penguinos Revenge is at 11,607 and 131 backers.
Woo! Thank you.
Nice.
All right. Traveling Root Beer. You haven't had a chance to talk too much, so here's your chance.
Well, Star Wars used to be something I really loved, and it got bad. And check out the campaign I'm doing with Shadow Rabbit over on my channel. You should watch it from start to finish. It's pretty awesome. Next campaign's completely based on sex, so you don't want to miss that one.
Whoa. You got my attention. And Shadow Rabbit.
Hey, man, you'll know what this comic book community and journey means to me, and happy to be on this ride with y'all. And thanks for putting up with all our weirdness and letting me see what inspires all you guys.
As always, one of my favorite things what we do here at the Written Writ is geeking out, and we did a lot of that today, especially for our Star Wars talk. I hope you enjoyed it. At the same time, you want to check out these Kickstarters. You want to check out Tragedy. It is an amazing book. Phil does an amazing job at crafting his story, and you want to see this, especially because the first issue ends in a way you will not expect. As for Penguino Revenge, I love Penguino's Revenge. I'm looking for my volume 2. So keep supporting this, because the more you support this one, the better volume 2 is. And believe me, I've seen the art for volume 2. I've seen the story for volume 2, and it is amazing. And I'm going to keep saying that because I want to drive it into your heads, because I want volume 2. And of course, make sure you do the crossover of Haunting and Like Father, Like Daughter, because it is a great book. It is a great series, Like Father, Like Daughter. And of course, it's Father's Day. What better way to spread the Father's Day love than to supporting a book about a father and a daughter? Hey, look, see what I did there? With that, guys, we are the Written Writ, and we're going to sign off. And I'm going to do my thing here until I figure out how to do a nice little ending for the show, where I figure